Off to a really good start today. Got to watch a lot of the majors so far. I think I missed a couple of the matches that were on like super early. But the pacing of the match has been pretty good, so I was able to catch a couple. The Cloud9 one's about to start here in a minute, which I will be watching. And I just had a phone call for about 30 minutes that went really well. I think I mentioned in yesterday's vlog, but I actually have an official formal offer for one of the opportunities. So I'm going to read through that a little bit. It looked short. I was expecting it to have a little bit more details. And the details are helpful because it helps me weigh, this option versus that option when I can kind of side by side them. So I'm going to end up having a bunch of questions on that, I feel like. But that's fine. That's part of the process. And DreamHack is coming up in a couple days. So I got to... So at some point this week, I think I'm going to take my car in, make sure everything is good, because I'll probably be driving it to Atlanta. And it's about a 400 miles? That sounds wrong. I don't know, 300 something miles. It's about a 4.5, 5 hour drive from here to there. So it's always good to make sure the car is running okay and, there's no issues. I know it doesn't need like an oil change or anything like that because I just got those done maybe a couple weeks, month ago. And so anyway, making sure that, all that is good, making sure the vehicle's ready to go, making sure that the house is going to be ready for me to be there, just kind of going through all that stuff at some point this week. So today it's just going to be a lot of watching Counter-Strike. I'm considering streaming the matches because they do give you the public Go TV and just hanging out and just chatting with people. But there's a couple things I want to get done first, and I don't think I'll be able to do that for the Cloud9 match, which is the one I think most people would want to hang out for. Later tonight is the Game of Thrones premiere for the new season, and it's really interesting what Game of Thrones has done with that show. So an issue that I have with Game of Thrones is not actually with the show, it's with the people that watch the show. The reason I feel like I have to watch it live is because if I don't, it'll get spoiled 100% over the next couple days on social media. And most of the time, honestly, it's not intentional. But it's just a fascinating thing. I think there should be some sort of study, and I'm sure there probably are, studies done on when a show is that culturally entrenched, when so many people watch it, that it becomes kind of like a phenomenon. There's only a handful of shows that I can think of in my lifetime, I feel like, that have been like that. I feel like The Walking Dead reached that just because there's so many plot twists, and when a character dies, it's very hard to keep that off social media. I feel like Game of Thrones is very similar. So in order for me to avoid all the potential spoilers, you kind of have to watch it pretty close to when it airs or avoid all social media. I can't, and historically haven't been able to because my job requires me to be on social media. And then you'd see like a hashtag like RIP character name. So it was always difficult. It's a crazy phenomenon. I would love to see if there's a study on this, but I'll end up watching Game of Thrones at some point later tonight because I don't want to not watch it and then have it spoiled for me. And honestly, I love the show. It's a really good show. So it's not like, oh damn, I have to watch that show. It just sucks to have to kind of watch it, not on the schedule, not on my own schedule, but on the schedule of everybody else. All right, it's time for some real talk. That doesn't mean the talks that we've had before haven't been real. It's just that this talk is just kind of a culmination of all the things and happenings and stuff. Now what this all comes down to is one very simple question. Should I go back to coaching North American Counter-Strike? I'm asking you. I don't know. Should I? I'm asking you, the viewer right now, should I go back to coaching North American Counter-Strike? Because on one hand, it's North American Counter-Strike in a region that doesn't seem to appreciate hard work and quite frankly, doesn't really, it would kind of be a step backwards just given the fact that I was an owner and building a business and a brand that has worldwide recognition and fans in different continents. But on the other hand, I really want to see a North American team, like, I guess now make a major. I would love it for a North American team to actually win a major and to play like good quality Counter-Strike and minimize mistakes and have a positive influence on the other North American teams in the region and have a huge American fan base and following. And the upside of that, if all goes well, would be an amazing thing. And I'm surprised that this hasn't leaked yet because it doesn't seem to be a very well kept secret. But I have been approached, and several of the offers that I've talked about here on this vlog before are actually offers from teams to coach. And some offers are better than others, some of the teams are better than others, and some of the pay and the benefits and all that other crap are better than others. But I think just answering the fundamental question of should I coach North American Counter-Strike again is kind of the most important question. Because if that's a no, then they're all a no. And I'm not sure that it's a yes or a no. Whereas the other opportunities are going to be a bit removed from the game, I think is a good way to say it. It's more focused on business and those kinds of things as opposed to very tactical, very like ground level coaching a North American Counter-Strike team. And so those are kind of where I've narrowed things down to. And I don't know, man, it's tough. It's a lot to think about because it's got some upside, but it's got some downside. That's tough. And I would love to hear from you guys as to what you think I should do. There are days that I'll watch some Counter-Strike and North American Counter-Strike specifically, and I know that I can add value and I know that I can help. And so I would love to hear from you guys if you think that I should go back to coaching North American Counter-Strike, because I do have several offers right now to do that, and not sure if that's the path forward. So let me know. Leave something in the comments.